Come on, the helo's here. We have to get there quickly. We're gonna lose Zetrovsky. Everyone knows that a helicopter is the safest form of transportation in any action shooter hero campaign ever. RPG!
This week, I thought about campaigns, and no, not the type that urges you to buy something, or the one that calls you like 50,000 times asking you to vote for them. I made my choice, fuck off. But the classic story-driven campaigns in video games. These were the backbone of gaming, and yet these days they seem like a relic of the past that's gonna need Nick Cage in the back of the Declaration of Independence to fucking find them. Because back when I was a kid, campaign wasn't just a mode, it was the experience. As a professional only child without any live game services, or friends for that matter, campaign was what I got the game for. Sometimes I was a soldier in a ghillie suit crawling through the tall grass to take the shot. Sometimes I was the Dragonborn, shouting at anything that looked at me wrong. Or sometimes even playing a game that really made me feel like Batman.
Joker! Joker, give me back my jewel, Joker!
Whether you were charging into battles, unraveling mysteries, or surviving an apocalypse, campaigns were crafted to pull you into another world for hours at a time. Think about it, these story-driven journeys weren't just about who is better, what's the meta, who's hard-stuck silver. They were about discovery, immersion, and challenge. Campaigns gave us a purpose beyond reaching the next level. They made us feel like our actions really mattered. 10 out of 10, IGN. But as games evolved, companies got greedier and player interest shifted, the rise of multiplayer changed everything. Suddenly, it wasn't about personal journey anymore. It was about competition, proving yourself against others, hidden gambling mechanics, endless replayability, the Snoop Dogg skin, and the Battle Pass. Bro, have you got the Battle Pass? Bro, they added Rough from Festival Rough From into the Battle Pass! And don't get me wrong, I love multiplayer modes. They bring people together in a way that single player experiences just can't. I'd be lying if I said it didn't have the yearly get the boys on Minecraft phase before forgetting about the server 2 weeks later. Hell, I've been playing the shit out of Black Ops 6 lately too. But still, as studios begin to put more into the multiplayer, campaigns started to shrink. They became shorter, slapped together optional gauntlets to complete when your internet was down and you were all caught up on nakey jakey videos that I take inspiration from. The game design seemed to shift from the crafted, curated journey towards open-ended playgrounds, online arenas, and microtransactions. These days, if there's a campaign, it's often sidelined as a bonus, something to jump into before diving back into the main event. And in the process, we're missing out on these handcrafted worlds with depth and experiences. It's like trading a novel for a social feed. You might get moments of excitement, but the immersion, the storytelling, the character depth, the press X to doubt moments, they're just not there. I think campaigns matter because they're personal. You get to know the characters, witness their struggles, feel the weight of their choices, and customize their wardrobe to be as weird as possible so they look strange during the cutscenes. This is a matter of the highest importance. What are you wearing? Stat maxing, sir. Campaigns aren't about winning, they're experiencing moments that stick with you long after the credits roll. They're about choosing to save one character over another, about a line that echoes in your head even after all this time, about Protocol 3, protect the pilot. BT! And now I'm not saying multiplayer is bad, it's just different. But I think there's something to be said about games that focus on a strong campaign. Because in a time where everything is fast, competitive, and endless, it's kind of nice to finish something, to complete the game and know you've seen it all, you've finished the mission. And that's not to say the art of the campaign is completely dead. The aforementioned Black Ops 6 did the whole not being a piece of shit game studio thing for once, and actually had a half-decent campaign in there before they inevitably Nagasaki all the pop culture they can into it 3 weeks from now. And honestly, I think it's part of the reasons I thought about campaigns this week. And I'm sure there's some of you typing down in the comments telling me all the games that I missed, and to do this is me farming engagement and new games to play, come on. But maybe the shift isn't entirely on the companies who are determined to farm every IP on Earth for all the V-Bucks and COD points they can get their little grubby mitts on. It's on us players too. We can support games with great campaigns, talk about them, and remind each other why they matter. Because while thinking about all of this, I thought of a few campaigns that just nailed it. Like Titanfall 2, an emotional roller coaster disguised as a shooter. I mean, you had everything. You had BT, the best girl equivalent of mechs. The bond you build with BT throughout the story that really takes the principles show, don't tell to heart. The use of inventive mechanics that made it feel like more than a shooter. And the missions which always had something new to share with you, just like the mission where you're skipping through time just like that. It was unforgettable. Or in Batman Arkham City, where despite creating a meme of a phrase makes you feel like blank, it was true. Every street corner, every rooftop made you feel like Batman. You weren't just punching guys, you were piecing together a mystery, getting deeper into Gotham's underworld and using the zoom in feature for some very questionable moments. It was atmospheric, it was intense, and fully committed to making you feel like the Dark Knight. Campaigns like these are why we love games. They create memories, and I wonder, are we even giving new players a chance to do this? Why are these experiences becoming more rare? I mean, it makes sense for companies, right? Multiplayer keeps us coming back, it builds a community, and it opens up our wallets. Because let's be real, selling skins, battle passes, and premium items are what make the big bucks. And I don't think Activision's in this for the love of the game. Because if you got a game that people play for years, that's a steady cash flow. If you have a campaign, that's a one and done most of the time. And sure, some games like Elden Ring and Cyberpunk 2077 have shown us that there's still room for incredible single-player content. Even after one of the worst pre-order disasters in history that alienated more than half of the fan base for what is arguably the best RPG of our time, what the fuck, CDPR? But it's clear that multiplayer and monetization drive a lot of the focus these days. And then I think about the younger players, the sneezing, coughing iPad kids, who maybe got into gaming through mobile games or multiplayer experiences. They might never have a full campaign experience where they just dive into the story for hours on end. To them, gaming for the most part is live service games, battle passes, events, and 1v1ing each other as Iron Man and Deku. They might never know the joy of finishing a story that made them feel something deeply. And I think that's why it's so important for studios to keep making these campaigns. They teach us to empathize, to think, to problem solve, and they leave us with memories that we'll never forget. Because when you roll the credits on an unforgettable campaign, it's a reminder that games are more than just games, they're art. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing and let me know what I should think about next week. I'm Zen, aka ZenMiso. Thank you for being here.